It is a cold, rainy day here at Louder Branch Farms, but just because we're in the middle of winter don't mean that things aren't happening in the greenhouse. We've been planting seeds, getting seeds started for a couple of weeks now. This is the first box of plugs. Certain varieties we order plugs on, mainly in flowers, and this is the first box of them. Hang around and we'll see what's in here. Welcome to Louder Branch Farms YouTube style. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We've got a lot of these boxes to open, so if you're interested in watching them as they come, and the plugs that we're starting here at the farm also, as we're bringing those up and getting them in the greenhouses, follow along with us. Let's see what we got today. These plugs come from Pleasant View Gardens. And I had a phone call, had to stop the camera. While I was on the phone, FedEx pulled back up. We got a couple other boxes of plugs showed up. So didn't have the camera on, we didn't get them dropping it off, but we're going to open the boxes here on camera and see what else we got. Well, let's start with this first box. This first plug tray is going to be from our proven winners. It's the Bubblegum Petunias. Super Petunias, bubblegum. These things are nice. We've got some, it's the end of January. We've got some in some big pots sitting out behind, over at my parents' house, behind their house. Those things are still green. They're not blooming, but they're still green. These things are very hardy. They've lasted all summer long. They're also self-shedding blooms. You don't have to pick the blooms off of them. And they grow fast. These are awesome. Bubblegum is pink. This heater is fixing to kick on, so it may get a little noisy. So if you hear something in the background and see some of this blowing around, it's from the heater behind me. And I always check, these come with the tags, the pot labels. And then I always make sure that the label matches the tags that they come out of to make sure we've got all that right. Alright, the next tray. This is the same series, Super Petunia, but this one is the black cherry. So these are kind of going to be a red. All of these look good. You always want to, when you open them up, you always want to make sure that all of them look good. They're not damaged in case you need to make any claims. This next box is Priscilla, which is another Super Petunia. It's kind of a light blue with, I guess the best way to describe it is maybe with purple veins in the bloom of the light blue. And you can see here, one has come out, which is not a big deal at all. It's still in real good shape. It didn't hurt the plug. we're going to put it back in the empty hole. These boxes usually come insulated because it is cold. This helps keep the plants from freezing. But usually if it's real bad, they just don't ship them. This last box is another Supertunia Indigo, which I guess is kind of maybe a lavender. All of these look to be in real good shape. We're going to move these back to one of our tables back here. All right, here's another box. This is one of the ones that came a while ago. This is from Greenleaf. We'll see what we've got in here. Yeah, this is flock. This one's either, we ordered I guess a blue or a lavender and a pink. And this is the purple one. I guess that's going to be the lavender or the blue. And then this will be have the other one, and there should also be some echinacea in here. This is the pink phlox. And you can see here, this one's kind of had a rough trip, this box. I'll bring it where you can see it. A lot of times seeing a lot of the soil, these plugs are going to be okay, I believe. We'll get them planted pretty quick. We'll probably do this one first. But like this plug here, it's knocked all the soil off of it. These up here too, so that kind of tells us that going around a turn or something, it fell over on the truck, or for whatever reason it got turned upside down. But I think the plugs are going to be okay, but we'll get them transplanted and see how they do. We normally take a picture of this the way it was when we first with the problem, but since we got it on film, we'll have that for our broker in case we need it. We're going to have to do a little sorting here. these two tags are just laying in the box. They fell out, which is going to be a challenge because one says pink flocks and one says purple flocks, and there's no way to know which one is which unless they've got these trays labeled, which I doubt. So the only way, the plugs look good, there's just no way to know if this tray is going to be pink or purple. We've got one more box, hopefully. And the tag is not in it. I was hoping maybe that one of them had got. Let me set this one over so that we can and this one's got some plugs laying on top. Not as bad as the other one, but they are laying on top. But as you can see, there's no tag. They should have the tags in them like this and like this. But when I opened it up, these two tags were just laying down in the side like that right there. So that is, I guess we'll see what they want to do, but that's a problem till they bloom because we have no way of knowing what's pink and what's purple. But we'll go ahead and let our broker know of that, what happened, and we'll see what they say. But a lot of our plugs, especially flowers that we order in, we go through brokers. With some growers and certain things, you have to go through a broker to get it, but a lot of times it's easier for us. We just call our brokers and say, hey, this is what we want. They help us find it. We also have some plugs. Pretty much all of our vegetables and a lot of our flowers and all of our herbs, we pretty much start here, and we start them in our basement from seed, or we'll either start them in the greenhouse with cuttings. Alright, what we've got here, what is a lot of our plugs that we've started from seed. There's a lot of brassicas, which are your broccolis, kale, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, lettuce. The little bitty ones over on the back side you're looking at right now, those are some herbs that we've started from seed. I think there's maybe some echinacea there. Then of course we've got the plugs we just brought. There's a few tomatoes. We've got a lot of stuff that's ready to come back up. So hopefully nothing happens tomorrow. We're going to get started transplanting some of this. Okay, we've showed you the first unboxing of the year, the plugs that have came in. I know the first box we opened, everything looked good. There's nothing against either one of the places that the plugs came from. Sometimes this things happens in shipping. The worst part of what we just opened was the two trays that were not labeled. Or they were labeled, but the tags fell out of them. So since pretty much all the flocks we ordered is pretty much the same series, and it all looks alike, we have no way of knowing which one's purple and which one is pink until they bloom. So, but other than that, everything looks good. We will have some more coming in over the next few weeks. They'll be coming. We've got a lot of stuff coming up that we're still seeding. We'll be planting seeds on into April for plugs, so we've got a long way to go. We're just getting started, but like I say, sometimes that just happens. Box turns over, they have a rough shipment. Believe me, we have had them come in a whole lot worse than that. We've had them come in with just all the trays scattered in the box, dumped out, like almost like they got drop kicked here down the street. So all of that is just part of it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you don't have any issues, but sometimes you do. So you just deal with it and see how it goes. But anyway, that shows you you were with us when our first boxes of plugs came for the year, and we're here when we opened them up. You seen the good and some slightly bad. But be sure to click the subscribe button and follow along with us. Thanks and God bless.